Welcome to BAKTalk. Welcome to BAKTalk, episode 37. Welcome back, guys. We brought our special guest back this week because we love her and she loves us. Say hi, Bree. Hi.
Why your voice sounds so... Your voice don't know this sound.
She'll be joining us later on in the show. Just
Maybe I
wanted to
should
let
switch
you guys
mics.
know she'll
Should
be
give
here.
people voice mic.
So Ray-Ban, C-Rich, how y'all feeling? How you doing?
Oh, I guess I'll go first.
Really? We do this every week, y'all. Come on.
I'm doing lovely. How you doing? Okay.
Why your voice got low and sexy? You pulling a Ray-Ban this week?
What you mean?
Why
my
whispering?
voice can't be like that?
All
You
right.
want? I'm doing lovely, Kay. How you doing? Damn.
Ray-Ban, how are you?
I'm good, man. You know, just out here as usual, banging on the cracker. What's good? What's
my
popping with
God.
y'all?
Same thing.
I'm
Baby.
sorry,
Babies
our
over
clear
here.
listeners.
Somebody got to
No
do it. You feel
C's.
me? Hey, I
You
feel
feel
you.
me?
I feel you.
All right. So, like I said, episode 37. This week, so much has happened, and we try not to be heavy on, what's in the blogs and the news, but it's been a hell of a week, so we got to talk about it. So, first things first, Bill Cosby.
Shout out to Bill, man. Free my man, Bill. Free my man, Cosby.
Why?
Free that brother.
Why? Why he need to be
Free
free?
him?
He
Free
ain't
that
locked up
man.
yet, but why we got to free
He
him?
gonna be locked up when them charges and everything come out and I start adding up. But
It's done. What you mean he's
when
gonna
they
be
start
sentenced?
calculating the sentencing
The time.
years and everything,
Yeah.
how long he gonna, be locked up? Man, that man too old, man. Just let
So
that
you
man
believe he
live.
did it? You just believe he's just too old to go to jail
I mean,
for
if he
it?
did it, if he didn't, shit.
So you
When
That
you say
man
he
live.
did it, what you mean? I need people to explain
Come on
that.
now. What was he accused of? Rape.
I don't know. what it was accused of.
No. He wasn't found
Yeah,
guilty
exactly.
for rape.
That
he
wasn't even
was
what it
found
was,
guilty
and that's
for
the crazy part.
sexual. It was like sexual assault or misconduct or some shit.
Okay, that
It
you
was
like
some,
he ain't do
it
that?
was some petty shit, bro.
I mean, okay,
Petty?
so
It's too much. It's too much people saying they got raped for that shit not to be the main thing that he got locked up for. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
nah. Well, look, if you look into the case, right, and I don't want to be nobody who banging for because I really don't even fuck with Bill Cosby like that. But as far as like what he's getting charged for, you had one lady who said she got raped multiple times by him. You feel me?
Yeah,
You had one lady who, I without going too deep into it, one lady was having an affair with him for a long time, and had a kid and all this other shit.
I just feel like it should be some time limit put on how far along you can actually be tried for some shit.
So he was convicted on charges of drugging and sexually assaulting a woman.
Okay.
That's the
Now,
official.
keep in mind, back in the 70s and the 80s, you had people who was partying, they was popping
It's what
Quaaludes.
they
It was the
did.
shit that they did.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And people knew, okay, Bill Cosby got a little bit of power. There's
A
somebody
lot
who
of
can
power.
help me. A lot of power. That motherfucker had a lot
He
of
was
power.
popping, yeah.
And he can help me in my career if I do what he asked me to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have people going back to the room multiple times and fucking with dudes.
Exactly.
That's an assumption.
So I'm
though.
not saying that he was abusing power. And should that occur, in 2018? No. That should be something that we
But
stop.
that ain't happening in 2018.
But that's not.
though. That's
but,
the thing.
But we got to keep it in context of what it was. Everybody knew in Hollywood you had the casting couch. That's where the shit was popping. So if we get Bill Cosby, are we gonna go back and get all the directors from the
no,
70s
they
and
not.
the 80s?
They gonna get off. Watch.
Nobody talking about charges for Harvey Weinstein right now.
They going hard.
Because
And I did.
know they're gonna hang the black man. You already know.
And
So
that's why I don't. That's why I don't agree with that, bro. I
Yeah,
don't. Y'all want to go hard on this brother, man? That's so successful. Like, but they not gonna go hard on these other dudes. I'm
there's
telling
a
y'all.
meme on Instagram that has the faces of like Harvey Weinstein, all those people, and it just has their names, and then on Cosby it just says guilty, and that's true. Like they not gonna.
And
go
we're not
hard
even
on-
gonna get into the pedophiles in Hollywood.
Ah, shit.
I mean, it's so much that people they not even the chick on Smallville. You remember the story with a chick from Smallville, the show?
I never watched it, but I know
Yeah,
the show.
so basically it was one of the actresses on the show, she was involved with a little cult, a sex cult that she was recruiting minors for, and basically handing them off to other people in Hollywood. Nobody really banging for her, like
Oh,
going
yeah, that
on
was
her like
recently in
that.
the news, right?
Yeah, they
Okay.
focusing all this attention on Bill Cosby to get attention away from all the other shit.
Yeah.
So they're gonna use him as a sacrifice.
That's why I'm not going to extend my attention to that situation. I'm not going to do that.
Well, here's the thing. I
Right.
feel like nobody was in those rooms except for Bill Cosby and the alleged, people that he was involved with. But something's got to be like, where there's smoke, there's fire. Okay, maybe he raped who they say he raped, or maybe something happened to all of them.
He took advantage of some women.
Right.
That's facts. We know that.
I feel like he should be held accountable. What I don't like is they're saying that basically he's likening to his upcoming sentence to Nelson Mandela. And basically he was saying that he's thinking about like how, Nelson Mandela, we all know how he was locked up, but that was a political thing. Like, how the fuck are you comparing this to Nelson and his trials?
I would compare it more to OJ.
Right, exactly.
Very
so
similar.
What the fuck is that? Cosby, it's like he's still in this like delusional space almost. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't really realize what he did or what he was convicted of.
Maybe he feel like he ain't do nothing.
Clearly, because imagine if you did something and for decades it was like not spoken about or you got away with it. You know
they got their money.
Lord. And that's probably how it works.
That's
like
how he probably thinking like, bro, I gave y'all money.
What more y'all want,
he
bro?
thought it was done.
What is putting him in jail honestly gonna do?
Imagine how
what is putting him in prison?
felt.
What is putting him in prison gonna do?
She knew.
You think
of course.
so?
I feel
Hell
like
yeah.
Damn. All right, well, enough
like
about
that. That's not gonna solve no problem.
Bill Cosby, I wish you luck, but whatever you did, you gotta reap what you stole.
No, you don't, because what are you gonna put him in prison for? What is that gonna do? It's not gonna do anything for him.
Think about Lil' Kim, and not to say Lil' Kim and Cosby are the same, but they always make an example out of people. Like, it happened times ago,
God,
and I'm not saying they're right for doing so. I'm just telling you.
This is what's wrong with our prison system. We gonna what?
Go ahead, you can cut me off. Go ahead.
What we gonna put this man in prison for? It's not gonna change anything. It's not gonna make him. It's not gonna be like, dang.
It's not so much for him. It's to show everybody else, okay, we're not fucking with y'all on this shit no more. I know it used to go on for decades, but this is what can happen to you. It's to set an example for everybody else. That's what I think.
So it's a retribution type of thing.
I guess so. Like they literally, I don't think it's all about Bill Cosby. It's like, okay, we're gonna make him the poster child for. It's
all about making a black man a poster child. That's what it's about.
They had to get a big They always gonna get a big fish to make it easier to get all the small fish. So right now, Bill Cosby. If you can get Bill Cosby, you can get any brother on the streets.
Brother.
All you gotta do is
said brother.
Yeah. All you gotta do is say that somebody, Ray-Ban did this to me 20 years ago when he was 5 and I was 4, and they might fuck around and try to lock me up.
Preschool.
You saying it like it's extreme, but
that's what happened. In all actuality, that's what happened.
We're not going to trivialize this because, like we said, we know it's some that probably didn't happen to, but there are some that probably did, and I don't want to trivialize anybody's experience. So, I don't know. We're not judge or jury for Bill Cosby. I mean, it does kind of suck. I mean, all of us grew up watching the Cosby Show at one point or the other.
Oh, I ain't never watched it.
Yeah,
I watched A Different World.
I think I was too old for that.
Well, I watched reruns. I didn't watch it when it was originally on, but I've seen reruns. You know what I mean?
Different World lit, bro.
And I think we forget he was acting, but a lot of us felt like that was him. You know what I mean? Like it was before Family Matters. What other black and Fresh Prince? What other black man we had as a father in a whole family unit on TV on such a large scale? You know what I mean? So I think that's why a lot of people in the black community are just kind of like heartbroken because it's like, damn, even if that wasn't really him, that was our image and perception of him for years. You know what I mean? So anyway, good luck, Bill Cosby. Camille, stay strong, girl, because I don't know what you're going through, but
and they just lost a child. Rest in peace to he lost one of his daughters.
They going through. When it rains, it pours. All right, moving on. So,
damn, that's fucked up. Moving on. I mean,
listen,
damn.
Life goes on.
Hey,
regardless.
shout out to Philly, man. Y'all been going through a lot. You feel me?
What you mean?
I'm glad to see y'all taking some losses and some wins.
Hey, playoffs, they doing good.
Shout
NBA. Shout out. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Shout out to Meek Mill, man. Wins and losses.
Yo, who gets picked up from jail and flown in a private helicopter to an NBA game, get lined up fresh at the stadium and ring the opening bell? Like, I thought that was kind of fly.
That shit was monumental.
Yeah,
bro. That shit was fire.
You can't downplay that. And then the owner, I didn't know him and the owner were cool. And then did you see the video? The little white girls, like they knew him, and he was like, "I missed y'all," and like hugged them. I guess that was the owner's.
I think that was the owner's
daughters.
daughters.
That was cool to me. I mean, I hate there was some little white girls, but whatever. Like, I just love that it showed that it's not just black people.
How about that owner make a difference and make Meek Mill a co-owner?
A co-owner. That's.
Now, you know, when it comes to their money, they ain't fucking with us like that. But I think he was instrumental in like this whole, you know how they've been going hard for him? You know, if he wasn't instrumental, I hope he starts to become, because like we didn't even know about him until this happened.
I have mixed feelings, right?
Because he's a clear person.
Look, no, not at all. So I'm glad Meek came home because he went in on some bullshit. Of course, it was
popping a willy,
injustice.
Bruh. That's crazy.
You know, popping a willy gets you time, but raping people gets you nothing. Neither here nor there. But Meek Mill, you know, I'm glad to see the brother was out, and I've been wanting him to get out. I was just a little perplexed by the amount of attention, and they almost made it seem like
Not
Pac was
perplexed.
coming out, like. And I fuck with Meek Mill.
What you mean?
I'm not. No. I'm not gonna try to say
Go
the
ahead, give it to
popularity.
him serious.
I'm not gonna
Give it to him serious.
No. I'm not trying to shit on Meek because I fuck with Meek. I really love
Right.
It's
him
a
as an
movement.
artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
But the way that they were doing it and the time frame, you gotta look at both. And I'm putting my little conspiracy theory.
Do you want them to big up the black man or not? Like,
Look.
what you mean? Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ray, man.
So Meek, they made this big thing about Meek getting released and the injustice of the prison system. Look at this and see we not racist. We not.
Wait,
we
who
don't,
said
we
that?
don't.
Who said
we,
that?
We
Who
love
said that?
justice.
No,
we
who
want to
said
let
that?
Meek
Who said
Mill out.
that?
That was the representation of the
Okay.
symbolism, right? Okay. You have all these. You have black folks and white folks come together
Getting behind.
and showing love to Meek Mill. But
Okay.
then right after that, they got everybody up in a positive feel,
Okay.
so that they can go ahead and dish out that Bill Cosby sentence. You know what I'm saying?
You think
You
it was
see
the
the
bigger
timing of
picture?
it.
Okay.
Meek Mill, gets released, and then right after that, Bill Cosby gets guilty. So it was kind of like
You think it was orchestrated?
I feel like it was a little bit orchestrated by the
That's
DA
a reach,
and all that.
Ray.
I know
All
people
of our
gonna say
faces
that's a
say,
reach, but if you really look into it, man, like for me, I always see that what they do is chess. The people who had Meek Mill locked up, people always point you to the black judge, right? The female judge. She takes orders from somebody else. A black judge ain't gonna fucking be able to do nothing on a courtroom that white folks can't overturn.
What you mean?
Do you understand that?
I don't know if I agree with that. She's a judge.
Go look at Olu Stevens over in Louisville. He was a black judge. I don't know if you remember that story. Olu Stevens was a brother. He said, "Nah, I'm getting racists out of the courtroom. Y'all not gonna be able to sentence nobody if you racist, and I know it. You not gonna be on the jury pool." White folks went after his ass on that.
That's
he was
that
a judge.
though. You feel like white people behind this?
Look, go.
No, but what I was saying was,
let the law students speak.
but what I was saying was, as far as the black female judge in Philly, she don't have the same amount of power as a white judge.
I think you are not.
No. Y'all don't know who the money is behind. There's
I
money
know what
behind.
you're
Okay,
talking
so
about. It's always
if you know,
hands
and
at
see, I'm
work.
surprised because you criminal justice. You know, it ain't just a judge making a decision.
It's a
There's money
system.
behind.
It's
There's
a
a system
system.
behind that's going to allow it.
But I think that woman really does feel the way she feels, and even though she doesn't have all the power, she does hold some cards.
Ray,
There's somebody
Ray,
behind
stop
her
playing
pulling
stupid. We gotta
strings.
stop
Wait, go
playing.
ahead,
We gotta
Sirius.
stop playing stupid and not act like some of these black judges have it out for their own people.
Right.
That's something.
Well,
no.
I don't know about. It's not a black judge having it out for. It's the fact that the system is set up that they know full well we want black folks in prison.
That's
Okay,
not
but
the,
it could be
want more
both
black
things.
men in
What
prison,
you're
so,
saying could be
you know what
right,
I'm saying?
and
It's
what
both.
he's saying could be right. It could be the system, and it could also be she ain't fucking with us anyway. It could be both things. It don't have
So
to be
then
one or the
she'll be
other.
cool with the system
because they're gonna play their
as it
cards.
is.
They're gonna play their cards right, so they can get reelected into office or whatever position
And
they're
what-
trying to. But see, that's the thing. That's not necessary that maybe somebody buying them, but they might honestly believe that.
But you just said get reelected. So if in her making that decision, she felt that would do her well and get reelected, right?
Yeah, but that also can be
So
her
then
personal
who's
belief.
behind her then? It's the
That-
people electing who's in agreement with her putting more black folks in
But
prison.
she can honestly believe that him being black, like she can honestly be against that.
a lot of
all
politicians
these rappers.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
But-
politicians and judges and black people that are like that. It's here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's prevalent. Like they not. You can go down to I don't know. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the Fulton County court office or whatever down there. When you get served warrants and all that other shit, but when you go down there and you stand in some of them judges' face, they just don't give a fuck if you black or not. They not about to give you no leeway. Now be like, oh, he's another black bro. Let me see if I can hook him up with some community service. No, they don't give a fuck about
Ain't
that.
no bro code.
They don't feel sorry, bro.
Yeah.
They gonna give you the stiffest penalty as possible. Even if you can't afford that shit, you
Yeah.
gotta pay for your probation. Like they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt like that situation was. Fuck
I
if she
think
was
right
if it was an
now-
election. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I honestly felt like she don't care about that.
Yeah,
shit.
from the interviews I see and what she said, it seems like both things could be at play. What Ray-Ban said about a larger system, yes, somebody pulling her strings, but they only gonna pull your strings, so they know they can pull your strings. Like a nigga can't come to you and be like, "Oh, Ray-Ban, we can get him to do this, that."
Put it
So
like-
it's both things at play.
Put it like this: the owner of Philly, if he had the same situation, he not going to prison.
Duh,
You know that?
that's a white. That's
or,
a given.
or better yet, if he was alleged to have done some, sexual
Bro,
misconduct.
you can't compare a white man to a black man ever. We know
right,
it's not gonna be the same. It's nothing to discuss. We know that.
So just in all of that, I'll just say this: the people who are politicians, judges, all these people, they're always up for re-election, so they're gonna do what it is to get re-elected. They're not gonna vote on their own conscience.
So you think this isn't about Meek Mill, it's about her getting reelected?
No, it's not about her. No.
It's not.
It's a larger system of people who wanted.
She has a personal vendetta out for this nigga, bro. At the end of the day,
that part,
and that's a lot of judges is like that. And sometimes
right.
it could be a mixture of both, like you said. Honestly.
Yeah. It's in this case it could be a mixture, but I'm just saying I kind of peeped like the timing of it. It was kind of funny.
I feel what you're saying because a lot of shit be at play. A lot of hands be moving stuff that we don't even think about or consider. So I can appreciate the fact that you're considering that. I just don't want to jump on that boat so quick. But I think we're taking focus away from the positive part of it. Yeah, look at it 360, but a black man that they was trying to throw under the jail and may still go back to jail.
And charge is still pending, so it's not like he's scot-free.
Right. But the fact that they could at least they literally was like, no, you can't overturn this. Let him stay free while we work this shit out.
This man served 5-6 months, bro.
Off popping a fucking willy.
I feel like they're going to try to turn around and use that as a way as an example that, there's no injustice in America.
Well, okay, they can flip this shit. Anyway, what I'm saying is focus on the moment. Like, the moment is this man was on NBC, ABC, whatever major platform talking about, and I thought he was going to come on some cool shit. No, it seems like you liking him to Pac. I ain't saying he Pac, but he seems to be more woke than he was when he went in. Like, he literally...
Let's not say woke.
Nah, not before he went in. He always, if you go back to some of his... when he first got locked up...
I'm not saying he wasn't woke. I said he seems more like... his whole...
More aware.
I mean, he was just 24 hours out of jail, so maybe that's why he's still conditioned. But his demeanor to me, and I've actually been around him in person, like, he just seemed different. I don't know. So, to me...
He seemed different? What you mean?
Like, his energy, like, he just seemed, like, reflective and, like, really on some, like, this shit bigger than me, not just spitting on his, you know what I mean? Like, rapper shit. So, that's an assumption on my part, but I'm just happy that a black man is making a difference and he has his platform to bring it to people's attention that would never even think about this stuff. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Meek, man.
Yeah.
He says a lot of real shit. If you go and look at some of his freestyles...
Album,
he says a lot of stuff like really empowering. I fuck with Meek.
Yeah,
I'm
his most recent
fan.
album had like some real conscious type lyrics in it. So
his albums be for mainstream for the people who want to hear club records and stuff. But he tried to mix it in a little bit.
Yeah, he had a balance. I think on his last record that came out. All right, well, shout out to the brother Meek. We wish you well. Also, I mean, unlike Cosby, I hope you actually get to stay free. But moving on. What else happened this week, y'all?
Yo, shout out to Koonye West. The brother has been look like he marketing his little. He got a little marketing
what's
plan.
His name, right,
Koonye West. He got a little marketing plan that he done rolled out.
Marketing plan. That's what it is.
He figured he want to go the alt-right route. He want to get in a little alt-right paper.
I don't know what to say.
Shout out to that brother. He doing what he can from the sunken place.
I just don't.
He talks about that in the song, but go ahead.
Yeah, he talked about it in the song, but I think with, and I'm gonna let y'all go. Oh shit!
You all right, brother?
Hell yeah.
Allergies.
I think with Kanye, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors and shit. Of course, he's trying to troll the people.
It's the Kardashian machine, but go ahead.
Yeah, they know what it is. They know any attention is good attention, so they trying to do whatever to get attention drawn into him before he dropped this album. But I think he's fucking with something that he don't really understand the ramifications for.
You think so? But in the song Ye versus the People with T.I., they talk about that. He's like, he literally, T.I. says, speaking for the people, like, bruh, like, you have a bigger platform and it's like you have bigger stuff to do. So he actually recognizes that, I think.
He's being delusional.
That's facts.
I think that's what it
How
is,
so?
right? Because he's acting like what he's doing is for the people when we all know it's not. Like,
you don't think so?
It's selfish. No,
in the song, he says, like, when T.I. questions him, he says, I'm for going against the grain and doing your own shit.
He acted
that's
like he
selfish.
but he's not.
That's not.
He's not, though.
He's not going against the grain.
What you mean?
That's why I think this man, something's really wrong with
How
him.
do you feel he's going
against the grain of what we're accustomed to him doing or expecting for him to do?
That's just trolling.
Yeah.
He not doing nothing with a purpose. He's just doing it just to get a reaction. That's trolling.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I don't know how to feel, to be honest with you. Like, I felt away, and then when I heard the 2 tracks, I'm like, wait, what? Is he?
What 2 tracks,
I'm
though?
trying to calculate what he's doing. Like, I can't say anything because I'm just trying to figure out, like, what's the move that I feel like it's a bigger piece to this pose that we're looking at.
That picture with him with that Make America Great Again hat with them 2 white dudes, whoever they were, I should know them.
Oh, you don't know them?
Leo Cohen.
Leo Cohen. Yeah, Leo Cohen was throwing up the little alt-right sign.
That's what that was?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Fuck him.
That's Young Thug.
Look, Dame Dash been put niggas on. Leo Cohen and Harvey Weinstein. He put back in the 90s, early 2000s. Dame Dash told y'all niggas don't fuck with these folks.
And I see all these rappers signing 300 ENT. Y'all need to stop.
So
y'all need to stop.
Leo Cohen is now he's now the I guess he's the CEO or whatever of YouTube. He does He's moved on from music. Yeah, he's moved on from music. Now he runs YouTube for the most part. So he was an executive. He helped build Def Jam with Russell Simmons. He's been responsible for a lot of artists, you know. He's always been around black culture, black artists. He never got money in his own people. He only fucked with us. Yeah, but
he's smart.
So with Lior, he was always somebody that people was like, you know, he cool. A lot of black folks, a lot of black artists be like, nah, Lior's cool. He's cool. Redman, oh nah, he's cool. Jay-Z was kind of Young Thug, but you know, Dame Dash was always saying, nah, you look at it for real. Like, this motherfucker is not telling y'all how to really get money. He's just banking off of y'all. Exactly. He not teaching you how to do what he's doing to build wealth. So is he really on y'all side? But that, I don't want to, I'm diving too much into
No,
him,
you good. I'm looking at this article and it says, Lior, that sign that he, like, the symbol that he put up, they said it's the white supremacy sign, it's the Illuminati sign, it's the devil worship sign, and it's also the Lior 300 entertainment sign. And they were like, do y'all think it's a coincidence that it's all the same? Like, he tried to downplay, like, oh, I was throwing up a sign of my company, but they like, no, that was the white supremacist.
Yeah, it's a white supremacist sign. They use it often. So that's the whole, like, Kazakhstan, whatever the fuck they bullshit is, where they got the little frog they use as a symbolism. Anyway, basically, fuck Lior. But with Kanye, I'm looking at him, man. It really is what it is. This dude, nothing's really changed with Kanye. Throughout his whole career, he's always been about self.
What you mean?
He'll tell you, he's always been about himself.
You remember when he was crying about that Nike shit, bro, like a little bitch?
Whether it was crying about awards that he didn't win, crying about Nike.
Getting into the fashion industry.
Yeah, getting into that fashion industry. But even more so than that, he tells you straight up, if you're a fan of Yeezy, you're a fan of yourself, right? He said that multiple times. And I agree with that. He's very self-empowering. Everything that he says is about building yourself. He was a huge fan of himself before anybody believed in him. I think there's
isn't that message also telling you that you should be about yourself in the same way he about himself?
Yes, but then again, so he is selfish. His message, his whole thing has always been selfish, right? And there's nothing wrong with being selfish. I think we have a negative thing about being selfish at times. To a certain extent, right?
No, you should recognize your power.
You should always put yourself first and build yourself up, right?
But
what Kanye does, it's not really... I think he likes to think that he does shit for the people, but it don't really... Nothing he does is self-sacrificing or doesn't really help him in the long run, right?
How do you know it's not self-sacrificing?
What does he sacrifice?
What does he sacrifice, really? You know what I'm saying? Like,
true.
Okay, so we have this thing where his first album was so dope, and it was black empowerment. His first few albums were like that, right?
It was black empowerment to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You... Really?
I feel like
college dropout and late registration.
It related more to us than his music does now. Now
he had at the time he had people like Talib Kweli, Mos Def, Common.
Right. That's how far gone he is.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Like if you go back and listen to the old albums, it's where he is now is so fucking far from what he was. But you have to understand, one, he wasn't writing everything. We gotta keep that shit 100. He wasn't writing everything. Niggas like Ron Fest wrote Jesus Walks. Consequence wrote for him.
I mean, everybody has those writers.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But isn't that an example of how he's transcended? Like,
his circle done changed.
He was in touch with people then. Now he done shifted up into a whole nother, like, world.
And a lot of people will attribute that to when his mother died. And I can see you can see the turn. Yeah, absolutely. And two things is gonna happen for a dude if his mother dies. Either he gonna matter of fact, not even two things. It's just gonna multiply with
Amplify.
empathize what you already are. If you a bitch ass dude before your mother died,
shit.
you're gonna be even more of a bitch ass nigga.
Lord. Okay.
So we just saw him grow into more of a bitch ass nigga
Shit,
God.
because he had those tendencies already. If you a real nigga or a real man, better yet, or a real man, you gonna get more on your real man stuff. You're gonna start to carry yourself in a more upstanding way. But he's always been that way.
God,
you just see an amplify of what he was,
of
the negative aspects of what he was. Because I agree there was some positive on who he was, but overall he was always about self. He was always about
his brand.
Yeah, his brand for the most part.
What artist isn't?
I think every artist is gonna be for themselves. Every artist is gonna have their brand, right?
Like what?
Yeah.
What point are you making? Like I hear what you're saying. Like you're narrating his track record, but okay.
He's always done things. Let me better yet. He's always did shit for attention.
Okay.
Always.
So you're saying
he's always been an
like
attention
par for
whore.
the course. Like it's
They
what he's
always,
been doing.
Okay. They used to say Jay-Z, Dame Dash used to be like, "Hey, Kanye always been this way." He used to stand on top of tables at Waffle House rapping and shit just for attention, for everybody to listen to him. That's always been him. So nothing's changed. All this changes, his mental illness, his mental health has kind of declined. Damn. He married a questionable female. You feel me? He with a questionable family. Not even. I don't want to disrespect her, but the family is a little questionable in their business tactics.
Yeah, you disrespect all disrespect.
No, you're right. It's questionable. We ain't saying in the bad. We're just saying the shit is questionable. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
Yeah. So with Kanye, man, it's I'm just not. I'm not rocking with the energy for it. Why?
Because like this man has had some traumatic shit happen. Like you said, his mom, that whole thing. Like, and we know how close he was to his mom. Then his wife, well, we don't know if the shit was real, but let's just say it was. When his wife got kidnapped,
yeah.
That nigga left. You know how much he loved himself? He left the stage, you know what I mean, to go run to her. So imagine that trauma, just knowing like people after my family. You get what I'm saying?
You paranoid, man.
See, Rich, what you huffing and puffing for? You don't think that was an example of like how
I didn't believe that really. I thought it was a
nah. I think
you think it was real.
It could be real. It could be.
How much security
and if it was,
having, bro? What?
If it was real.
Well, see, I don't know. That's the thing. That's the fact that we be so fucked up in the head because it's like so much shit get put in motion that we don't know about that seems real. Then when the shit is real, we question it because it's like, damn, that other shit we thought was real wasn't.
And that's more of like indicative of how they are. Like we don't know what to believe.
It's always a play. It's always a plot. Yeah. So
but if it was real, bro, like just think about it. You a man and your girl got
in
kidnapped.
another country, like not even like up the street, like another country.
And you couldn't do nothing about it.
You helpless as fuck. That's probably the same helpless feeling he felt when his mama died. You know what I mean? Like he probably feels so out of control. And I'm assuming to a certain extent, but I'm just thinking about as a human being.
Y'all feel bad for that nigga. I don't.
I'm not saying I feel bad for him. I'm just saying we know how we talked about mental health on this show before.
You need to go see somebody. Stop all that bitch ass crying.
Maybe he is seeing somebody, but maybe the load that he's carrying is so fucking heavy that whatever help he's getting is just not counterbalancing the shit.
And you know what makes me so sick? He doing all of this, but his album is gonna do great, bro.
I don't know.
With the way
if it is.
With the way
the last album, the last
you guys,
albums,
to you guys is not. But to my people and the white people, my younger people and white people,
I'm around your age, bro.
Don't do that.
I mean, y'all, you grew up in sort of a different era of music. Like you, when the graduation, the college dropout, you was able to really consume and really relate to it. I was like, barely.
I was in college when that shit dropped, so I really got it.
It was really relatable. Yeah. My people, bro, that shit is gonna do good regardless of what the fuck he's saying, and I don't like that.
I don't know about that, bro.
I just literally got away from my point. I was saying I was scared because, like, I really feel like we gonna hear about him like committing suicide or doing some crazy shit.
He loves himself.
That's the only thing that makes me think not is because he loves himself so much, but I feel like he probably having some really low moments.
I don't.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
This nigga is taking pictures with "Make America Great" as a hat. What if it's not a boy? What if he really is that fucking lost?
So look, he sees a lot of Trump in him. Like he sees the reflection of Trump is very similar to him.
That's why he fuck with him.
That's why he fuck with him. He think, oh man, this nigga is a master marketer, and he grabs attention to people, and he really got the people doing what the fuck he want them. Yeah, he likes them. I can believe that. But the thing I think he's missing, and he's talking about love is guide everything. Every movement got to be with love, and that's my only focus right now. Like, what if you're attaching yourself to Trump? That's not no love movement. So you can't change that. You can't. I think he thinks that he could go into a movement and change what the foundation is. White supremacy ain't about no fucking love. You not gonna go to the KKK and make them love you, nigga. This nigga's pulling a Clayton Bixby. I wish the brother well. I hope he gets himself together.
I don't wish him well. I wish him woke. Because I hate that I'm so fucking confused. Like, not that I need to know every aspect of his life, but I really don't know, like, what's real, what's not. And it's like, for you to be such a staple in the black community in music and you know what I mean? Like,
he hasn't been a staple in the black community for a while.
I think he has. But if not a staple, a conversation piece.
Okay.
We give him attention. Okay, if you want to dumb it down to that. And to me, it's just like, it's just so unsettling that we just don't know what the fuck he's on. But he's making all these ripples. He's making noise, like it's making an impact. We're sitting here talking about the shit. That's something, you know.
I don't support this man no longer. My Yeezys been sitting for a minute. If y'all trying to buy them,
you gonna send it? Hey,
if y'all trying to cop these Yeezys off of me, let me know.
Oh, you saying the sneakers?
Yeah, I'm done with this nigga.
Hit him up on Instagram.
Nah, but as far as like what Chance was saying, because you saw Chance jumped in the whole thing.
But he came back and recanted.
I don't care.
Nah, I don't care about that. But what Chance was saying, as far as like black folks don't have to be Democrat, I agree. I agree with that. But in the context of the situation, he should have never said shit. He should have shut the fuck up.
Stayed out, right?
But
he said that. But go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry.
but if that was what he was talking about, if Kanye, and I feel like he's missing too, like he's trying to. I think a part of him was trying to say like, okay, I'm gonna show y'all that I could be a part of the Republicans too. And not feel no type of way.
That's even worse. You get what I'm saying? Like,
no. But
there's
not the same, or not the same. It's like the same thing, regardless.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
The same narrative, the Democrat and the Republican Party. The whole concept should be, we should do our own thing, make our own party, make our own lane.
How?
What do you mean? How? Like what?
You saying the narrative should be let's make our own shit? I'm
Black
saying
folks
how?
can be independent. They can have
come
their
together
own party
and use our own ideas that we have.
You can elect your own.
It can be the same thing like the Republicans and Democrats do, but for our people.
Realistically, on a national level, we would not win the presidency or
I don't
maybe
care.
even the Senate seat.
Honestly, I don't even care if we win, bro. We just put some shit together.
Yeah, that's the thing, but we don't have to think so big. A lot of times we cripple ourselves when we think of the bigger scope of things. Scheme. Yeah, instead of just doing step by step. So if you want to really do the shit, like all you got to do is start with your city. Start with your city. That's gonna build into the state.
That's where you really make the most ripples, like in your city with your local.
Vote
council.
for your fucking judges, man.
Right.
Pick who's gonna be your judges. Pick who's gonna be your police. What is it? The police chief.
The police chief.
Yeah. Pick the sheriff. All that shit. Y'all set it up so where y'all have complete power over the decisions legally of what's going on in your city, and that's where you start. Because honestly, on a national level, we ain't got to worry about who the president is. It's white supremacy on both sides.
They got people to answer to too. Like it's a
they just a figurehead for the corporations anyway. They gonna do what the fuck corporations want them to do. So, and I don't want to get too political for y'all because I know we got
we gotta balance
really
it. We gotta give the people some of the some of everything. So I feel you. I mean, we can talk about this shit all day. It's so like frustrating though for me, but I mean,
it's mentally draining, honestly.
So y'all feel like to wrap this up, this is all a ploy for whatever summer album he about to drop.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
I'm not listening. I'm boycotting that shit. Like
he gonna boycott it,
just like I did for the
but
NFL.
boycotting it is giving it energy.
No,
He's still
it's
giving
not.
it energy. Yes, when you boycott shit like I'm not listening to Kanye, you're gonna be like, why? That's giving it energy.
I
Maybe
get
I meant
what you're
that.
saying,
Okay, in the wrong context, silently.
Yeah, I don't give a.
Now, if you ask me if I listen to it, I'm like, hell no,
Yeah,
that's it. I'm not gonna go out there.
Okay.
Oh my god, guys, I'm not listening to it. Don't listen to that
That's
shit.
what I'm thinking.
Make a change.org and get people to sign a petition. No,
Right,
I'm not
that's
finna do
Now,
that.
if you ask why I ain't listen to it, just like you asked why I wasn't watching the NFL this season, I'm
Right.
gonna tell you. And if you don't want to hear
Look
my
at
answer, then don't say
you,
shit to
all
me.
woke and stuff.
That's not woke. I'm just aware. Stop saying woke.
Well, I mean, that's
I don't like woke. Like
I feel you.
I don't like he woke. Like no. Just be like
guess-
aware.
Okay,
or
so
like,
Rich, you're aware.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
better.
aware.
I like
You
that
all
better
aware
than-
and stuff.
Aware.
Okay. All right. So enough of that.
it's awareness on Madness 99.
What?
Then you won't get
you
that.
won't relate.
Is it a guy thing
Yeah.
or an age thing? Because y'all like to be on both.
Both.
Oh.
No,
Okay.
Madden was out doing that.
Y'all ain't shit.
Yeah, Madden was out.
Yeah.
Madden,
You
like the
could've-
game?
Yeah.
Of course I know about Madden. Come on now.
Did you ever
I have
create
a little
yourself
brother.
on Madden?
Did I ever what?
Did you ever create
You
yourself
played
on
my
Madden?
Hell no. I don't
my
play video
player
games.
That's good. You wasn't a time waster. That's
No,
good.
I wasn't. I was into arts and shit.
Unless you making money off video games.
Hey, nowadays.
That's a new thing.
Yeah.
I'm an 80s baby. We just played them for
I'm
fun.
an 80s baby.
80.
Ooh.
Let me stop. I'm damn near a 90s baby, so I can't say claim because I'm right on the edge. But with all that said, you know we got to do the one got to go shit. You know what I'm saying? We got to do one with Koonye. So,
shit.
you know, and
Koonye.
I'm hesitant to talk about it because I don't even want to fuck with dude music like that. But I do got to recognize he got a legendary catalog, so we got to get into it.
Yeah.
Even though, like Drake, is not his own. But you got
Preach.
one got to go.
Y'all some haters.
You feel me? You got College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. What
Wait,
what
for
one
the
is
people
that?
who ain't listening, run it back again. What's the list?
That's College Dropout, Late Registration. That's the first two albums. Then you got Graduation and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Who gotta go?
These 4 classic albums, though.
No, it's
Prior to the
hard.
Koonye, it was 4 classics.
I don't know, bruh. I'm looking at this track list. I'm like, shit.
Off first rip, I want to say My Beautiful Dark Twisted, but hell no. Like, that shit was so good. Like, that was a good album.
Power, All of the Lights.
What was on the album?
Devil in a New Dress.
Monster.
Hell of a Life.
The shit with Pusher.
Bruh, I don't know what to say. I can't.
Yeah, the shit with Ross.
Bruh.
There's a lot of
Legendary
epic songs
Ross
on there.
verse.
Like,
Yeah.
oh my
It's
God.
hard. Look. He got
I
he got a catalog.
Say Late Registration.
Oh Lord, you tripping. Go ahead.
Hold on.
Let
Late
me look
Registration.
at this
Late Registration was
that's
the
what
shit,
Gold
though.
Digger
but out
Touch
of
the
these 4,
Sky.
all of these was a shit. Which one was
Late
least the shit?
Registration was probably his best album, period.
Best?
Major with
Okay.
Nas.
Yeah, it was probably his best album.
Hey
that was
Mama.
with
Released in 2005. Okay, Touch the Sky, Gold Digger, Crack Music, Roses. Oh shit, this was a good one. Hey Mama.
Y'all should never did this because
Hey, I'm saying, bro.
It's hard.
These is 4 hitters. You gotta choose
I might
one.
just do My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy because it's the younger,
Ooh.
Okay.
the younger of the greatness.
Okay.
But you know, Graduation wasn't that great. They have Big Brother, Homecoming,
Stronger,
Flashing Lights.
Good Life, Can't Tell
That
Me
was
Nothing.
Tell
straight.
Me
That was
Nothing.
straight
serious?
stadium music, bro.
Oh,
They were
God.
good, but I'm saying if you got to stack them all,
I feel you. I feel you. This is hard. See, fuck this.
That's why I
nigga.
said that one. I mean,
Dang. Listeners, what y'all think? Not that we can hear y'all,
All
but
of
I mean,
the
this is a
lights, all of
hard,
the
like, oh
lights.
my God. Graduation, College Dropout, Late Registration, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
hey, yeah, I got My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Oh,
I got to. It's only right, bro. You gotta do the younger. The younger one has to
Fucking,
go.
I'm just go College Dropout. Fuck.
Oh my God! What?
Okay, Ray Man. So it was nice knowing you.
Y'all fucked
I know
up,
you
bro.
started this whole thing, but you got
That's
to go.
ugly.
Hey man, look.
Oh my.
I think lyrically,
You
That was like one of his
College
OGs, bro.
Dropout?
Like you can't. That's like one you
Bruh.
can't. That's like one of the known ones. Like when some
I'll
people
Fly Away, Spaceship, Jesus
Spaceship.
Walks,
Yeah, Spaceship. I don't fuck with Jesus Walk, but
Slow
I don't
Jams,
fuck with White Man Jesus.
Through the Wire,
Oh, man.
Family Business.
yeah, I just
Wait,
said
what?
He'll put White Man Jesus.
But
Okay.
yeah, Through the Wire, amazing. Spaceship, one of my favorite songs from him. But
Oh my God, that's epic. I'm gonna play it when I get
but
home.
I think Late Registration was better.
No, I might have to agree with the
I
College
think
Dropout.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was
Both
like
y'all gotta
next
go.
level as
I
far
might-
as
I
like
might- I
production.
might
and
have to say the College
just
Dropout.
everything. Graduation, bro. I think it comes down to Graduation and College Dropout. Graduation just has so many anthems on that shit. That
Graduation
shit
definitely
right.
not going nowhere.
I
You know,
can't
I'm
get rid
I'm
of
going
it.
with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Oh, okay.
That's got to go.
I switched to the College Dropout. I'm with
Hey.
you right
And what you said, Ray Man?
College Dropout.
College Dropout.
Oh, so you
It's
just gonna jump on
hard.
the
You
College
gotta
Dropout?
No,
choose
because
one.
when you look at when I look at the hits on College Dropout compared to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, it's more songs on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy that I fuck with. Honestly.
And then a
It
little
is,
workout
but-
song he had.
Exactly,
I was,
exactly.
he had some shit on there that I wasn't really feeling.
All right.
Damn, bro,
This is a hell.
This
What
man
we gonna
got
do
some-
next week? This is
got
like
some-
the
got some
like an
crazy
epic
shit.
like one gotta go. Like oh my
This
God.
man is legendary. Fuck
One
that
got to
man.
go.
Damn,
Next
it
week we
makes
can
my
do.
heart
We
hurt.
can
God,
do
Think
one.
about-
man, fuck you, Kanye. Why you have to do us like that? God. Damn.
Next week it's gonna
Look
be
at all
one
of
with
this,
the
man.
females. We got to get one female out the mix. You know,
Ooh.
shit. Do that.
Can you do me a favor?
What's that?
Can you stop calling women females?
I'll call
Why?
women females too. I don't know what's wrong with that.
I didn't know it was offensive to like 2 years ago, but apparently like saying female is kind of like dumbing us all the way down to like some real
To
like,
what? To a female? Because
That's
you a
what you
female.
Could you say women instead?
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. Because literally, how it was explained to me was like male and female. You could say you don't have to be human. You could be a lizard. You could be a dog. It's like the most dumbed down version. You get what I'm saying when you say male or female. So to call me a female is like not giving me nothing. Like, oh, just of the sexes, you're a female. So it's just like give us a little bit more like and say women.
Women always want some extra shit. Yeah.
See, you said women. Good job. All right. Anyway, moving on. So this week there was an interview that Khalees did with Hollywood Unlocked, and my brothers did. They you know they had a lot to say about it, but I just wanted to mention it because Khalees made mention to her and Nas having like a volatile. They both literally leaned all the way back in their chairs to them having a volatile relationship. And we know, first, let me just say, I'm the biggest Nas fan. Like, I love Nas. I feel like he was so, like,
She capping like fuck.
No, seriously. Like, we used to ask what kind of man I wanted. I used to say a mixture of Nas and Boris Cujo. And that's not just on no physical shit. That's on, like, what he seemed to be on mentally. You know what I mean? Don't do that.
Short with tall,
What the hell? What the hell kind of mix is that?
I don't know.
The shit I wanted, okay? So, what I'm just...
I'm trying to picture. Wait, stop. What?
Ain't
Boris
no stop.
Kojo and Nas? What?
They in complete opposite.
What you?
Right, but I'm a complete... Y'all know me. I'm a melting pot of some shit that's over here and some shit that's
So you-
over there. Can we get back to Khalees? It ain't
You
about
want a
me right
street
now.
dude who's street smart, intelligent,
But
no
Boris,
history.
Boris speaks all kinds of language. Boris fine as fuck. He's smooth as fuck. Tall as fuck.
So you want T'Challa, nigga. You want Black Panther.
Nah.
It ain't no such thing as a black man who.
That ain't-
I don't
yeah.
The
do not
fuck are
say
you
that.
talking about?
But
You know how
look.
many black men fit that description?
From the streets, can speak multiple languages, treat women with ultra respect.
Come on now,
Can we
that's-
bring this
that's
back
a
to Khalees?
fantasy,
This
Kay.
is not about me.
That's a
This is not
fantasy,
about
Kay.
me.
Get out
This
of
is
here.
not
I'm
about
sorry.
me.
I might become that. I might start speaking different languages, but I ain't gonna treat women with ultimate respect.
We
Let
know.
me stop. That's fucked up. I'm sorry.
Boy,
These
you
is
guys-
jokes. These is jokes,
You better
people.
sleep with one eye
These
open
is
tonight,
jokes.
right, man? So, anyway, my whole point I was making was I love Nas. I love what he seemed to stand for, but people seem to be just bashing Khalees, saying, "Oh no, she just want money. She just want this. She want that." And I feel like the entire narrative that has been made about Khalees for the past literally like 15 years has been out of somebody else's mouth. Khalees has never done a public interview. She's never talked about anybody on any like public platform, and this is her first time doing it. So the fact that people was like, oh, she wants this and does this and was just basically out for his neck, I feel like it's an unfair assumption. So we ain't got to get into it, but I just wanted to speak on that because y'all not gonna just bash Khalees like she just want to go after Nas. From what she said, he ain't been doing his job. He not a dude we thought he was. And
That's from what she said.
right.
Right.
You know how these bitter women always gonna tell one side of the story anyway.
So,
Hey, shout out to Nas. Shout out to my
Khalees.
puppy Nas. I named a dog after the homie. You feel me? I'm not finna let
and
you
it's a
bash.
dog.
Hey,
It's
man.
a dog.
Nas,
They be farting and
keep getting
peeing.
that money, bro.
Hey, get your paper,
Don't worry
Khalees. I
about
feel
this.
you.
Don't
You
worry
trying to
about this
hustle?
one.
She got
you trying
paper.
to break a nigga in divorce court? I feel you. Go
Exactly.
get your paper. I
All
ain't
right.
mad at you.
Okay.
I'm not finna hate on you
All right.
at all. Even though you brought all the men to the yard with the milkshake and
Yes, she did.
you was
She
breaking
don't
niggas'
wanna
pockets
claim that,
before.
exactly.
And
Right?
though you was saying the nigga was
He
gay
took you
and
in.
broke
He
and,
took you in. Even when you had a
before,
bad
what I'm
name. So I mean,
even though
She
you
wasn't
admitted,
a stray dog,
though
took her in.
Even though she admitted to being volatile and violent with him.
Yeah,
we supposed to be
together.
sympathetic about-
Together.
Yeah, exactly.
No, both ways. Like that's the whole thing. Like it went both ways, but I just feel like we've never
Yeah.
heard her side. We've only heard
Yes.
Nas's side forever.
No, that's untrue though, because she been saying stuff about him. But I'll say
when,
this,
how, where.
bro. She been saying stuff
Where?
about
How?
did you read those articles? Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
gave you
wasn't from
multiple
Khalees's-
articles.
that
Yes, it
wasn't a
was.
quote.
Those were quotes. You
All
didn't
right.
read the articles. But
Okay.
I'll say this. As far as Khalees, man, look. I don't know nothing about Shorty. I don't know nothing about Nas. I don't know these people. But I'll say this. Instead of making the story about, niggas ain't shit because another dude beating
That's
on
not
somebody,
what
we
she
gonna
said.
cancel. No. That's what the articles were, the media.
Okay.
How they've kind of made the interview into, oh, another brother beating on a female. How about we start talking about domestic violence, period, between both parties, where we got to stop all the violence between both parties. We can't, as much as we have dudes out here, and I'll chastise them all the time, I don't want no dudes around me who beat females. I don't want no females around me who will beat their man.
Women really into
and
that
feel
kind of
good
stuff,
about
man.
like,
don't
oh,
say
well,
that,
he ain't gonna do nothing to me, or I could just call the cops if he. No, don't do none of that shit. No. We got to get violence in between both sexes, between both parties. If you in a relationship, we need to get rid of that shit. Period. And even so, like, and I'll be a testament to it. Like, even with beating your children, like, we got to kind of start looking into that too, because that's something that's not beneficial for the child in the long run either.
No, it has
psychological
effects,
issues that even myself, I can look at it and say, look, my parents beat me. I turned out good, cool. But at the same time, I had a lot of anger issues. I was fighting all the time. So did it really help? Because it didn't really.
I feel like there's a way that you should beat or spank your child.
There's really no way to beat them, though.
With explaining why they got beat in the first place.
My dad did that shit every day.
If you beat my ass, it don't matter how you explain the shit. You just beat my ass.
Y'all crazy. Y'all sound like these white.
Bruh, no, I'm saying as a person who.
I'm not saying don't.
Because they go out here and go undisciplined and think nothing can happen to them. There's no repercussions on anything.
I feel that.
That's crazy.
There's
y'all
extreme
even say
situations.
That,
no, there's extreme situations where.
I'm not saying bloody mouth. It
comes from slavery.
All that shit.
It comes from slavery.
It doesn't matter.
Look, there's extreme situations where if a child runs into the street, he don't know the danger of, like, oh, you can really get killed if you run into the street. So maybe you pop him to show him, hey, there's pain associated with making that type of decision. That makes sense to a certain degree. But when you beat your child because he ain't listening, and I'll say
levels to a beating. It's a spanking, and then it's like you got welts in you.
Spank.
It's levels.
We all struggle with it. I'm not gonna say like I've hit a child before for not listening.
Corporal punishment. I mean, it's debates about it all the time. I get what you're saying.
Our society is just straying further away from
Bruh, you cannot
But that's not coming from Africa though. That comes out of slavery. We wasn't doing that shit way back.
Before slavery went.
So we gotta
go away from it.
We gotta be real and check ourselves.
And I feel like it helped me. It helped me.
But
okay, we ate hog mugs in slavery and did all type of crazy shit in slavery. You gonna take it because it was in slavery too?
I didn't say slavery. That's how I was raised, so it helped me.
It comes from slavery though.
So I'm gonna do I'm not talking about slavery.
I'm talking about slavery. I'm saying the reason why we shouldn't get away from beating.
And I feel like
I was beat too. I'm not saying I wasn't, but I'm saying this is my thing, and it's fine because you can raise your family how you want to, but I'm saying that when I used to get threatened with a beating, to me, that learned me to be motivated by fear. It was always fear of being beat or fear of a whipping or, you know what I mean? And
so you wouldn't do dumb shit.
But to me, there's a lot more to motivate somebody by than fear.
Then what?
What you mean? To me, if I really think about it, like, yeah, I have some beatings that I'll never forget in my life, but the shit that really made an impact to make me change my behavior, I think was like, punishments like getting stuff taken away or like,
man, that shit don't work, man.
Maybe for you, maybe it was a hard-headed ass child. But for a person like me, okay, for instance, let's just say like 13-year-old me, right? My life was dance, music, like the shit that really, really matters that like makes your world go around as a teenager. To me, I'm gonna be more affected by you taking that shit away for a week than just beating my ass and the next day I could just go.
A lot of these kids don't even have shit like that to go to anyway. So,
but I'm speaking on my own
when you have
experience.
Nothing?
What you mean? What kid are you talking about?
Phones and video games.
Some of them ain't even got phones, bro, or video games.
Who doesn't have phones in 2018?
Even the niggas on Section 8 got phones and video games. Bro. Stop playing.
It's 5-year-olds with phones and tablets.
I know a teacher in the school, like, them kids don't have, they got to ask to use the school phone and her phone to call their parents and shit.
All right, well, we're not going to get
their parents might have government phones, but the kids don't.
I think the whole thing that Ray-Ban is just saying, let's just look at the bigger picture, and that violence on any level, was beating your child, beating your woman, beating your man, like, it just can have some very detrimental effects to our psyche, and it's something worth having a conversation about. If you decide that you don't want to change how you do that, that's cool, that's your decision. But I know for me, how it impacted me, I think there's a better way to do things. Now, I still believe in spankings, but the beatings that I used to get, I love my mama and everybody else who gave me beatings, but some of the shit that I used to have, I feel like you should.
Maybe I ain't never get beat like that. Maybe I don't think you did, because
I think if you got one of them whippers that hurt your feelings, like when a parent should not beat their child in their emotions. Like sometimes there's like you can see a parent beating their child out of frustration or beating their child because they mad. That's the shit that shouldn't happen. Now the shit that's like methodical and like logical, like, okay, this is what you did, so this is your repercussion. That's one thing. But when it's like you can see somebody beating their child's ass and they literally just like angry, to me that's the shit that shouldn't
Or if
happen.
you got
Like,
a smart ass mouth and get popped in it.
Right, it shouldn't be an emotional response. That's what I all the time. I don't think it should be emotional.
Teach you not to have a smart ass mouth.
Nah,
bro.
but you again.
To speak when you need to.
No, but you got to think about the long term ramifications of the type of things that we get beatings for. I'm not saying every situation it doesn't cause for to hit a child to let them understand there's pain associated with a decision that you make. But when you say to a child, "Don't question me," then
I said you reason. You let them know what they're doing is wrong.
There's parents who will beat their child for questioning or talking back.
And they don't know. They have no clue why they did what they did. I don't agree with that. That's
you're
true.
teaching them long term. You're teaching them you don't talk back. You don't question authority. And I think that's the long term effect that you gonna have.
I think communication goes a long way. Like, have communication with your child. Allow your child, okay, don't question like why I can't play video games, but let them be able to have a conversation with you, because it just stifles their communication. They gonna grow up being a fighter that don't talk. You get what I'm saying? So you just gotta find balance.
I was that. I was a fighter who didn't talk. I got my ass beat every day. Shout out to my pops.
It's real.
It was justified to a certain degree.
What you was doing to get beat, bro?
Right.
Listen, man.
Out here being bad.
But one person bad and another person's bad.
Exactly. Like playing with guns ain't really.
What?
Shit. That's that Miami
shit. You on that extreme shit.
Hey, man. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like certain situations.
As you guys know, we've been doing our listener questions, and we have another one this week. And like we said at the beginning of the show, we have our favorite guest so far, Brianna, back in the building.
Hi,
guys. Hey, Brianna. So we're going to let her go ahead and just read the question to us, and we'll go from there.
All right, so we got another question. This one, our writer decided to be anonymous, but I like to personalize my questions. So her name is going to be Keisha.
Oh,
all right,
Keisha.
Keisha.
Okay, Keisha.
So Keisha wrote in, first off, the title of her email says, "I love black men, but do they love me?" So I really love black men, but as a dark-skinned female, now think Lupita or Ajax, which is a gorgeous model, it's hard to feel reciprocated love. Just watching all these rappers, athletes, and general beautiful black men only going for the white and non-black exotic girls and often bashing or intentionally disregarding black women makes me lose hope. We've all been there, ladies. Where are the black men who aren't this way? It feels like the number has dwindled into near non-existence.
First of all,
what do y'all think?
First of all, you need to lighten up.
Wow.
Wait. Pun intended? Really? Okay.
Really? On this
First
type of
of all,
topic?
yeah, you real dark in your delivery. I need
For
you.
those of you who don't know what we look like, me and Brianna are both chocolate sisters, so go ahead.
Shout out
Nice,
to all my dark skin and chocolate women. You always my first choice.
Thank you, C. Rich. Now go ahead.
This nigga
Hater
trying to
Ray
get
Man.
cookies.
Raymond, don't do it.
Nah, they really always been my first choice. Like
Even
always.
when he was like in middle school.
Because like I'm not attracted to what all gets the attention all the time, I guess. So like.
So you like Kelly Rowland, not Beyonce?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like the light skin, I find that like I as a young, you don't really think about it because it's like when you're a little kid, everybody like the light skinned girl. Oh, she's so fine, this and that. But then as you get older, you realize like how fucked up this shit is. Like it really puts down darker skinned girls because like they may not feel like they're good enough. So as I got older, I really started to fall in love with dark skinned women because I was like, those are the ones that don't get as much love. Like I feel like they the ones that deserve the most. So it should be all be equal, but it's like light skinned girls always get out the first pick, always get the first choice. All the niggas always want to go to the light skin. Oh, she a yellow bone, like that's it.
A-red.
And it's like, and the dark skin will just get looked over, and I feel like that's a mental like after that shit be put in your head for so long as a guy, it's like you just overlook dark skinned women, and they get treated like so poorly. So I fuck with them, bro. I feel like they come back in style though.
They're the underdog.
Exactly.
Not even because no,
That's what
but
it sounds
no,
like
but I
almost.
think, but not even that. But I think dark skinned women are truly beautiful. Like they're a true depiction of us and our color and where we come from.
The black of the bear.
Exactly. Like light skin, they're always mixed with something in my mind. So I'm like, they're not really. They're further away
You
from
ain't black.
They're further away.
Don't do that to our sisters.
You know, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm be
I feel
honest.
you.
They're further away from what I come from.
From the equator.
Exactly. So it's like your mom probably white. You know how I feel about that. Your dad probably white. Somebody mixed.
Shout out to my mulattoes.
You don't go through the same struggles as I do, and then my darker skinned girls. You gonna get accepted faster. You gonna get that job first. More men gonna like you. So I mean,
So are you afraid of competition?
competition of what?
You said more men gonna like you, so you don't want a woman that all men are after.
That don't mean I'm afraid of competition. I just don't want someone that everybody done talked to or been with.
So if it's a dark skinned girl, you're gonna assume that
Because she's overlooked. Yeah.
oh shit.
Oh, damn.
All right.
So let's
Someone feel like you pity us.
It's not that at all. I
Yes.
love dark skinned women.
I feel you.
But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they're gonna be the last. They're not gonna be the first choice.
It almost feels like a backhanded compliment because I feel that you like that's my sister. She know my struggle. But then when you came behind and was like, well, she gets picked over and she get.
But that's true though. I'm speaking facts. She get picked over. I mean, what you mean? Is that not true?
Yeah.
Okay then. So what are we talking about?
But I don't want you to go after me for that reason.
That's not why I'm going after you.
Okay.
I'm just giving you one of the reasons on why shit is fucked up about being the dark
Oh,
skinned woman.
I'm one. I'm one of them.
Yeah, see, when
We
I
live
say
a life.
we live that life on a day-to-day
What
basis.
you
Like
mean?
it even goes back to me being in like elementary school. And when I
Yes.
was younger, like first of all, anybody that knows me, especially when I was younger, everybody knows that I'm an outdoorsy person. Like I am thoroughly active. I'm always out in the sun, so I'm baking. So when I
Not
was
baking.
younger, I used to bake. And my mom, she was one of those moms, she's going to lather you up in Vaseline and send you
no.
outside. So
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
dark skinned now, but when I was younger, I was
come
probably
on.
like 2 or 3 shades blacker.
Mm-hmm.
But I say this to say, when I was younger, right? What is his
What?
face for?
He like blacker. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm
Yeah, that's
blacker.
good. Yeah, but the blacker
I
the
was
better. Go
darker.
ahead.
I definitely was.
Right.
When I was in elementary school, I would always go home and tell my mom, like, I was literally one of those kids that hated myself. Like,
Oh,
I
no.
hated how I looked. I hated my hair. I hated my skin because I have eczema. And when I say eczema, I mean, like, bad eczema. I was, like I said, super, super dark. And, you know, even being in elementary school, kids learn
Kids
that
are
stuff at
mean.
an early
Their
age.
parents, yep.
Like, I used to get talked about, dogs out, all because of how dark I was when my best friend was a
Red.
high yellow thing.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wanted to be her friend. Everybody chose her to go outside and play dodgeball and this, that, and the third. And I was just really insecure from an early age. And then even just growing up, going into middle school and
You
high
carry it
school.
with you.
Exactly. Middle school, I remember saying, or I remember hearing one guy, not going to say any names.
Say his name.
I'm not going to say any
Because
names.
I want him to pull up.
But it was this one guy when we were out. I had to have been in like 7th or 8th grade. This one guy, he was like, you know what, Bree? You fine as fuck. Like, you look good. Because, you know, back in middle school, high school, you know, I was all active. So I had the track body.
Yeah.
She
The
still
track
got
and
a
dance
track booty.
body.
Go ahead.
Oh man.
I had a track body. So it was always dudes that, okay, yeah, I was getting approached at that point. But then it came to a point where, oh, I'm only getting approached because of my body.
Yeah.
Because of my butt, because of my thighs, and it runs in my family. So it's like I had no choice. No matter how I dressed, it was there. And they made a point to say,
You look
hey,
good for a dark skin.
you look good for a dark-skinned girl.
I hate that shit.
all the time. And I even got that up through
I
college.
think I still get it.
You a fine-ass dark-skinned girl. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Do you tell her she look good for a yellow girl?
No,
Like,
because they're expected, and it's so funny.
Exactly.
I didn't know I was dark skinned until almost college.
I mean, are you dark skinned though?
we've had
That's
see,
not-
that's the thing.
bro.
On the spectrum,
Really?
I'm not like dark. It's like a yellow undertone, I guess. But like, what I'm saying is, my family, we're really big on like just positive affirmations and shit. And I was never referred to as dark, but half my family is quote unquote red bones, and half my family looks like me. So I guess we just all inclusive. But I used to get that all the time, like you cute for a dark skinned girl,
Exactly.
or you're this for a dark skinned girl, or because I have like a stern-ish face when I'm not speaking, I don't automatically assume to be mean. But if it's a red chick that got like a stern face, she feisty.
Exactly.
Were you darker in Florida? Is that what it is?
Not much.
You got a little, okay.
I mean, I think I was dark when I was younger. Like her, I was active and stuff, but not like way darker. Yeah. Like just, I have lightened up a bit, but not enough to make a big difference. So I think we carry that stuff with us from childhood to being a woman, you know, and although it's like becoming more acceptable and men are starting to show quote unquote dark skinned women more love, that doesn't undo the shit that we experience for like more than half of our lives. And it's just like you do get overlooked for the red chick, even if she ain't quote unquote that cute, just because she red or light skinned or whatever you want to call her. It's like that was the hot thing to be. And of course, when you in middle school, elementary school, maybe even high school, when your self-esteem is like really, really fragile, what does that say to you?
Exactly.
You know? So I understand what she's saying now. I don't really get her question now because I really feel like it's not a thing. But the thing is, maybe I don't know what I'm missing out on. Maybe there are dudes who...
No, it depends on where you're at.
It also depends on her location. Where is she at? Where are the
if you're on the West Coast,
in that area?
Hey, listen, if you're on the West Coast, it's hard for dark-skinned women in LA.
Really?
You might as well
in the South, like men flock to dark-skinned girls now. But like I said, I've literally lived everywhere, and it's different everywhere you go.
It depends on where you at. If you're in Miami, the Spanish and the light-skinned chicks gonna get love first. That's just what it is. They're going to get the attention.
I'm from South Florida also, and that's true because it is so many island girls there.
Exactly.
And if you are a dark-skinned girl, I think it's more the island girls that they get sought after because they have that exotic appeal.
Exactly. They're
right.
exotic.
They'll have some little silky hair, and you dark-skinned, and that's like, ooh, you know what I mean? So,
dark Cubans who be talking about they ain't black.
Oh, my God.
Right, but you know this shit go. We know what it all goes back to. It's that slavery mentality, you know. Who was in the field, who was in the house. Like, that shit started
that's what it was. Because
back.
in middle school, elementary school, that's all you was a house nigga.
You was a field nigga.
Exactly.
It's crazy. And I just hate, like...
That shit crazy.
It's crazy how much that shit has just, like, shaped our psyche. Like, C. Rich was just talking about, like, how he feels about beatings. And now we're talking about, like, colorism. Like, all this shit, like, the way we think about stuff and see ourselves... originated in that time period with slavery. You know what I mean?
And I'm going to say, I think I relate most. Y'all think I'm saying that I feel bad for black women, but I think it's because I'm dark-skinned as well. So I can relate to you guys. And
so you feel like you were looked over?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I will vouch for C. Rich when I say my little brother is black as he want to be, and I see dark-skinned men get passed over all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Nowadays, especially when you're younger.
Younger, it was more prevalent. Like,
that was younger.
When you joined, that's
yeah.
If I joined, I knew that was your black ass.
Your black
after a while, it's like you get used to it. It's just like whatever. I don't think about it
later in life, bro. I noticed a lot of dark-skinned men. They get a lot of love by older
girls like dark-skinned women.
I don't see it now.
It's probably because of Morris Chestnut.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then they be looking at
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley
Snipes brought it in.
No, but even it was like
Omar Epps, bro.
You know, Love and Basketball. That's really
everybody wanted them.
So it's not just women; it's the men too. So I guess back to because we getting all the way from her question. So I don't know if I agree with her, but I can't speak for her experience. I know before, but like I said, maybe I am being skipped over by men. Don't even realize it. Like, oh, she cute, but she dark, so I ain't fucking.
I think that's still to this day. That's still like a thing especially among men, because you hearing the songs and shit. How men want foreign. You know,
Lil Wayne, shout out to Lil Wayne.
Look at Kodak Black.
Kodak Black as fuck.
We ain't even gonna talk about.
But you know,
that's not even.
But that's something that's.
I don't think dark-skinned women should even look at that as an L.
But if we listen to the radio, and I know the radio is only a small representation of what everybody thinks, but it's the shit that's getting played into our psyches every day. And I talk about as exotic as foreign that red bitch.
Or then you see a lot of like entertainers. They go and get
wiping
white
up.
women.
Yep.
So
and that was her point. That was one of her points. You see all these ballers, these rappers and everything. They're going for the light-skinned women. They're going for the exotic women.
You know what I think it is? I think it's that unattainable shit. When you come into power or you come into money, if all your life, let's just say it is a regular dark skinned ass nigga, and he was like maybe what Sirich said, like you got Jones on all the time, and they was always saying you black, you black, you black. Maybe it's this red girl in middle school that you was in love with, but she was like, nigga, you black, and she turned you down.
So now you can get her.
Right. So maybe even about like, oh, she's so beautiful. It's like, oh my God, I can get this thing that I was always told I couldn't get.
Finally
or it represents something that was like above what I had access to. So I think it's just like a Lamborghini or just like a mansion for some men. And it's a shame they feel that way, but it's like, okay, these women are beautiful, they're great, but that's the woman I couldn't get. So now that I can get her, I'm finna get her ass and I'm gonna show her off like a trophy. Will he appreciate her the same way as another woman? Probably not, because she's a showpiece. But it's still fucked up, because it's like, why can't a beautiful dark skinned kinky haired woman be your trophy?
And I'm gonna say, women do look over dark skin, man. I don't think about that shit, because I done heard several times of like a girl saying like, if he had my kids, like we gonna have beautiful kids because like he's mixed or he's a lighter complexion,
that nice hair,
exactly. So I done heard that several times.
I mean, but you're right.
I don't think dudes.
What? Are you kidding me?
Guys do it. Trust me, I've heard it firsthand.
I know dudes that won't date, have sex, raw with certain women of a certain height because they want tall kids to play sports. I know dudes like dudes be on that shit, like for real. Like, okay, if
I can see that. That's different from color.
That's still fucking fucked up. I can't help because I'm short.
I was born this way.
That's breeding.
Yeah,
you can't say. You gotta take that L,
bro. That's different than color.
Oh shit!
Wow,
that's way different.
Really?
Wow.
Learn something new every day, huh?
He's just digging his hole.
But really, I mean, it starts at an early age. We all seen the doll test. So, I mean, it's not just a matter of even people who are unconscious to it. You may not even been ever taught that, but
it's subconscious.
If you've been watching television or anything else, you notice that all the white people or the lighter people get treated a certain way.
The flowy hair.
All the dark people get treated with disrespect and disdain. So, I mean, you're going to associate that and you don't want that around you. So, you're going to choose lighter people.
It's crazy how programmed we are. Like, it's really insane.
But, I mean, if you look at it, man, like if you never get, deprogrammed from certain, waves of thinking, then, I mean, at some point, you're going to run into truth, right? Mm-hmm. So you're going to run into a dark-skinned female that's fine as hell. And he may not know how to articulate. That's his way of saying, damn, like everything that I thought was, true as far as like light skin always looking better. I ran into you and you pretty for a dark-skinned chick. He don't know how to articulate. The nigga, if he says something like that, he not smart.
What?
He's not smart enough to really articulate what it is that he may be feeling at that moment.
No, because I feel like I get what you're saying. Like, oh my God, it's astonishing dark beauty. But his psyche is still going to tell him, if I was light and beautiful like this, I'd be even better. So I hear what you're saying, but it's just, all you're saying is, oh my God, I used to think all dark skin women was just average, but you're so beautiful and you're dark skin. It's like, why is that a but? Why is there a comma? So I feel like with that man, you said you're going to run into the truth one day, right? So with that man, in his head, it's still going to be, oh my God, you're so beautiful and you're brown. But if you was red, if you was light, you know what I mean? You'd be even more beautiful. You get what I'm saying? Or in his head,
I think, but it's not a but. It's more of like, oh shit, like I was wrong, as opposed to.
I don't think that's how a lot of men. Some may
I
get
won't
woke.
fuck with you because you dark skinned, but you look good. There's a difference between the two.
There's a difference, but I don't think a lot of men have that aha moment. I think they have that, but you cute for a dark skinned girl. And it may soften a little bit. It may not be so rigid with they like some dudes, let's just say from the age of like 16 to 25, be like, man, I'm only dating red chicks. When he become 30, he may entertain a brown chick.
No, white chicks, you tripping. If you talk about athletes. But to be fair to athletes too, they get a lot of white women thrown at them.
Yeah, because you gotta look at the school.
Did
a lot of the coaches, a lot of the coaches and all that. They be telling they throw white women at the players. So
it's that unattainable thing.
It's not even unattainable. They're easy. We're giving you these plethora of women.
Exactly. I knew a dude that he's like very pro-black. He's very like, I love my sisters. Mm-hmm. But I used to always hear about him like messing with white chicks, not going out with, not dating, but just having late nights. And he used to be like, yeah, but I never date one. And his whole thing was like he used to mutt them. Y'all know what I mean? Yeah. And it was his way of being like, he was like, and it didn't make sense to me, but basically he was saying like, I don't like white women, but if they gonna give me the ass, I'm a fuck them. I'm
not gonna turn down a free ass.
Right. But he was like, because he didn't like a black woman, he would like date and have out in public, but a white woman he would have like in the dark. You know what I mean? So
Boy.
I think Chris.
Don't speak on that,
Well,
see?
we not
Don't
speaking
speak
I
on
know.
that.
I think in his head it was his way of kind of balancing shit.
Yeah, no.
But it was
Balancing
weird.
it how though?
I said in his head. I ain't say I understand it. But what I'm saying is like he felt like white women were below black women. You know what I mean? So he's like, I'm not gonna parade you.
So he wanted to slum with white women.
No, he wanted to fuck
Yeah,
whoever.
slum with white women. He wanted to get in and slum with them,
Keep it pushing.
do dirty shit and keep it pushing. That,
But he
He
probably-
probably did all type of nasty, degrading shit to her in the bedroom that
But
he would
that
never do
just-
to a black woman.
subconsciously you put it when you do shit like that.
You
you're-
putting yourself
you're
down on that level.
devaluing yourself and
I
degrading
know.
yourself.
I'm telling
So,
you what he said and did.
Yeah,
I'm not saying.
I don't agree with that line of thinking.
'Cause
That, honestly, that just sounds like an excuse. The nigga had white women after him. He just wanted to hit.
Right.
It
Maybe because
sound
I'm a
like an
black
excuse.
woman that he respected, he tried to just make it seem like
Exactly.
that.
He tried to
He's
soften
trying
it up
to
a little
sound-
bit for you, but
he's
no.
trying to put his soft tap shoes
It's
on.
nothing. It's nothing
He
wrong
wanted
with
soft shoe cool.
trying out something new, but don't just let it be a tryout. That's it.
That
You know?
face.
Let it be a tryout.
Was it a tryout for you, C-Rich? Oh my god! And I'm if there's I ain't giving no disclaimers. Fuck that. So yeah, I feel you. I mean, in reference to black men dark skinned men getting looked over, dark skinned women. I mean, just dark period. And something I thought about. Y'all know the term blackmail. It's kind of off subject. It really fucks with me. Like the term blackmail, like, oh, you blackmailed him, he blackmailed her. Like the term itself, like meaning
Yeah,
to
that's
like
part of
yeah,
the psychology.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
that
is.
shit literally comes from black male.
Yes.
Everything that's
Crazy.
negative is associated with black. You got
Exactly.
black.
So I'm just tying that in, like, right,
black.
dark, black, same
Yeah.
thing. So
Exactly.
I just wish we could like undo it, and we can, but it's conversations like these that make you think. Why do you think one thing's better than the other, or why
Should
is
we even be calling ourselves black?
another
What
show,
should we
Raven?
call it, brother?
Look, hey, but I don't want to get too deep for y'all.
Don't do that. We'll be here till 2 a.m.
I mean, we can get into a lot of things. If you want to call yourself African, associate yourself with a landmass that's actual that you can obtain some type of citizenship with. So you have a nationality, you have a country backing you. So if something happened, you say you Nigerian, you can go to the Nigerian government to cover your ass when something happened in America that fucks with you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like there's power in.
What do
there's
you identify
power-
yourself as?
So if we're talking about in a general conversation and everybody, we all have an understanding that we're black based on the narrative that we've been fed over.
But
the
what do
years.
you identify as?
I would consider myself, whether it's African, whether it's Moorish, whether it's native or indigenous. Those would be the terms that I would pick before I would pick anything else outside. Like would I say I'm American? I would love to say that, but I don't get treated the same way by the
So
Constitution.
you would never say I,
can't.
Arabian, am an African American.
Hell no, that's a contradiction. That makes no sense.
Okay.
How are you an African and an American? Either you African or you American.
Ooh.
Which one protects you? Because America ain't protecting your black ass.
Africa protecting us? Shit.
But you're not even really claiming Africa. You're not going over to Africa.
I
and-
get what you're saying.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
get
You're
what
not
you're
you're not attaching yourself to a country in Africa. Africa is a landmass. That's just a continent. That's not a country. So are you going to attach to a country that's going to protect you? Like if the Chinese come over here and they get in some bullshit, they got a government that's going to protect them if the U.S. try to disrespect them or not give
I
them
see
equal
what you mean.
treatment.
Like they
and
can
then-
reach back.
Yeah,
Okay.
they got something to reach back to. We don't have anything. We
Damn,
lost
that's
everything
fucked up.
that was attacked. Even if you look at the Caribbean, in the Caribbeans, you got people who they have some type of attachment. Whether it was Haiti, they have an attachment to the old African systems because they still have voodoo.
They can trace their
Yeah,
roots.
they could trace their roots back. Us in America was a little different because you could not speak your language. You couldn't. They strip you of your family. You don't really know where you come from. You don't know your language. You don't know your family history. You just going off what they told you are, which is a nigga. So
Still a nigga.
I
Damn.
mean, I get what Jesse Jackson was going with the app, but nah, I can't really say I'm African American because I gotta attach myself to something. So if I'm gonna say I'm American, I'm gonna say I'm indigenous or native, which you mostly are, because if you look at how the slave shit worked, it was only a few thousand that came over here, but most of them went to the Caribbeans and South America. So where did all these African people in South America and North America come from? They were already here. You had people in California, the Khalifa tribes, and you had African people who they consider Indian now, but a lot of them were black as fuck, and they were really black, so they were African. We were already traveling here. We had Mansa Musa traveling here. I don't want to get too deep, but basically the thing is, we got to kind of steering away from black isn't a bad thing. I think black doesn't really have any power. When you say black, there's no nation of black.
No
There's no affiliation. And that's what they're trying to do. Peep how they trying to put in the census. You got to declare where you're from in the next census. So your black ass better not put American. I'm telling you right now, if you're going to put American, put native. Don't put you African American, because they're going to be like, nah, nigga, that ain't nothing. Where you from? Damn. And they're going to get your ass up. I think they're going to low-key try to ship motherfuckers up out of here with that.
Well, look who in office. So.
I'm just saying, hey.
I was saying,
all right.
Ship asses down and build another fucking wall.
Hey, pick your country wisely, nigga. If you do some trip advice.
What's your set?
You better Google search, niggas. Pick Zanzibar. I hear it's nice out there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
well,
God.
Keisha, I hope we're my made up.
That had
Keisha.
nothing to do with Keisha's question.
It's okay, but it was
Area
It was in
Right.
relation to. It was in relation
dark
to.
skin, black people, you know.
We feel where you're coming from. Though.
Yeah, I hope that helped you see other people's opinion on this, and just know that you're not the only black woman.
Yes. And one thing I
out
would
here
like
struggling
to.
with that.
I'm sorry, Brianna. Not to cut you off, Brianna, but I think you just need to focus on the fact that don't let somebody else give you your narrative. Don't let somebody else tell you you're beautiful. Don't let somebody else make you feel worthy.
Exactly.
Like, you need to find self-worth is a real thing, and if you can't find it within yourself, you need to try harder, because you can't wait for somebody else to tell you that you're the shit and that you're popping, because literally your confidence is half of that. And if you walk around with that attitude like nobody's picking me, I'm dark, that may be factual in some way, but you got to live your life and you got to exude the things that you want. So fuck them.
On top of that, listen, Keisha, don't worry about what these niggas. If in your hometown, I don't know where you stay, but if you're on the West Coast and they ain't messing with dark skinned dudes, stop limiting yourself. Don't proximity date. Find you some brothers from Africa. Find you some brothers from the Caribbean who like dark skinned women. You can go outside of your neighborhood. Stop just dating niggas in your neighborhood. If you gotta travel 2 hours to hit a spot up there and wherever the fuck if you in Tallahassee and you gotta travel to, you know what I'm saying?
Georgia.
Yeah, exactly. Pensacola, some shit. Go out there and see if the niggas out there are feeling you. Because a lot of times what I found, when I travel, I get different vibes from different cities. I may not be popping in Miami how I was popping in Atlanta or how I was popping in, Mississippi. It just depends on where you at. You gotta travel a little bit.
Yeah.
See,
but don't go chasing after no nigga. Just move because you want to move.
Nah, listen to what I'm saying. Chase after niggas.
No,
go out there
that's
and
not
travel,
what we're saying.
Don't chase.
The two queens are
You're
saying,
better
hell
than
no.
Nah, I'm playing,
If you
but-
happen to move, then yes, be aware, but don't move to.
But on some real shit, travel a little bit, see where you're like best.
Some people
in
in
vibe with the
Europe,
city.
they admire black beauty.
Oh yeah,
Trust
Europe.
me.
yeah.
I ain't mad at you, Keisha, if you find you a white man from
Jesus.
Europe who really rock with you because they love
They
dark
in
skinned
love with
women.
dark skinned women.
They literally-
I pop my collar till you get that paper. Don't be on no cool shit. Don't be on no cool shit. But everything else, man, we
But
fuck.
seriously, a lot of those men there, they do worship, especially dark skinned women. So
Hey man.
Hey, that's what it is.
But thank you for your question, Keisha, and I just want to thank BAKTalk for bringing me back. I love
Shit,
being
no
with y'all,
problem.
y'all family.
You're gonna be a regular.
So you know.
You're gonna be a regular.
Hopefully I don't get kicked off because you know how Ray is. We
Oh,
might have to
man.
go
What
at
that
it a
is-
couple of times.
How you
so
gonna get
we
kicked out
see.
when you live here?
I mean, you know,
Oh,
I question a lot of things you do.
Okay.
Let's just say that.
So, every week we have to shout out our supporters, our people that, we want to show love to for showing love to us. So, Ray-Ban, you got anybody you want to shout out?
I do, man. Shout out to DJ Rude Boy, my homie Aaron. He's a huge supporter of the show. He really posted up all the time. I haven't had a chance to shout him out, and I feel bad because that's a homie from the hometown. But
Like
shout
Miami?
out, yeah. Shout out to DJ Rude Boy. That's the homie. Shout out to Roman Lloyd, one of the best photographers in Miami.
What does he do?
Yeah, my bad. He's one of the best photographers, videographers out there in Miami. He on the come up. He been shooting a lot of upcoming artists. He shot a lot of artists and shit. So shout out to him, man. That's
All right,
a
well,
homie.
shout out to you, C.
Hometown.
Rich. You got any shout outs? Anybody want to show love to? All right, well, You know what, Rich? Well, anyway, so like you guys know, we had Brianna on this show, and as she stated last week, her business Royally Rooted, which you can find on Instagram at RoyallyRooted_ATL, right? Yes, and as she stated before, if you want to shoot us a DM, shoot her a DM. If you mention the show, she will hook you up with a discount. As always, thank you guys so much for listening, and we out.
Peace.